The news.
7 p.m. is the time here at Radio Jordan broadcasting from Amman.
News headlines.
In our news bulletin for this evening, Prime Minister Hani al-Mulki congratulates the Christian community on Christmas and says Jordanians are proud of their national unity. A Russian military plane carrying 92 people crashes into the Black Sea on its way to Syria, killing everyone on board. Russian jets step up strikes on several towns in Syria's rebel-held Idlib province and rural Aleppo. EU grants are signed to support water and sanitation projects in Jordan. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. I'm Rabi Hamamsah. Good evening. Prime Minister Hani al-Mulki congratulated the Christian community in the kingdom on Christmas. Al-Mulki said during his visit to the Church of the Virgin of Nasriyah in Amman, accompanied by a number of ministers, that Jordanians under the leadership of His Majesty King Abdullah are proud of their national unity. Al-Mulki, who met with church leaders and representatives of the Christian community in the kingdom, said that all people should adhere to good morals and values shared by monotheistic religions. He added Jordanians should be aware of terrorists' plans against our country and will not allow anyone to stop our blessed national march. Russian authorities have said a Russian military plane carrying 92 people, including dozens of Red Army singers, dancers and orchestra members, crashed into the Black Sea on its way to Syria, killing everyone on board. The Russian Defense Ministry said one of its Tu-154 Tupolev planes had disappeared from radar screens 2 minutes after taking off in southern Russia, where it had stopped to refuel from Moscow. A ministry spokesman said that nobody had survived. Russian military investigators said in a statement that they had opened a criminal investigation into the crash. Russian jets have stepped up strikes on several towns in Syria's rebel-held Idlib province and rural Aleppo 2 days after the evacuation of rebels from their last pocket in the northern city of Aleppo. They said at least 8 strikes targeted main towns in the northwestern Syrian province of Idlib. The Syrian army has hinted the next major campaign after its victory in Aleppo was to rout insurgents in their stronghold of Idlib province, where mainly militant brigades operating under a coalition known as Jaish al-Fath are in control. Russian and Syrian jets also staged heavy strikes on rebel-held parts of western and southern parts of rural Aleppo for the second day since the last rebels left the remaining pocket of territory in Aleppo city. The Kremlin has said Russian President Vladimir Putin and Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan discussed the Syria crisis in a phone conversation. It added that Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev, who is visiting Russia now, also took part in the call. Erdogan called Putin to express his condolences over the crash of the Russian plane. European Union grants to Jordan for water and sanitation work worth 40 million euros, around 30 million Jordanian dinars, were signed by Minister of Planning and International Cooperation Imad Fakhoury as part of the EU support for Jordan's response to the Syrian crisis. The new water and sanitation projects are intended to help Jordanian host communities and the large Syrian refugee population in the kingdom, where over 1.3 million Syrians currently live. The Planning Ministry said in a statement that the grants are allocated for the improvement of water networks in Irbid and Ramtha, the connection of sewage networks to the wastewater disposal network in currently undeserved areas in East and West Irbid, and to enhance the capacities of Yarmouk Water Company. And a Saudi soldier has been killed in a cross-border firefight with Yemeni rebels. The Saudi Interior Ministry said that a border post was attacked overnight by Houthi rebels, adding that one soldier wounded in the exchange died before reaching hospital. Meanwhile, a Yemeni military official said that 5 rebels were killed in a coalition air raid in the southern Shabwa province. Also in Shabwa, 3 armed tribesmen were killed in an ambush by fighters belonging to the Yemeni branch of Al-Qaeda. And finally, we have a look at the weather forecast. It remains very cold for tonight with scattered showers in the northern and central regions. Tomorrow, more cold is expected with a chance for more rain in the early hours, which should taper off in the afternoon. Another cold front is expected in the late evening, accompanied by thundery rain and hail. The Gulf of Aqaba should expect relatively cold and cloudy conditions tomorrow, with northerly moderate winds and choppy seas. Next are the lows and highs for tonight and tomorrow. Amman 5 to 10, Badia 4 to 13, Jordan Valley 11 to 18, and in the Gulf of Aqaba 8 to 19. To end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. Prime Minister Hani al-Mulki congratulates the Christian community on Christmas and says Jordanians are proud of their national unity. A Russian military plane carrying 92 people crashes into the Black Sea on its way to Syria, killing everyone on board. Russian jets step up strikes on several towns in Syria's rebel-held Idlib province and rural Aleppo. And EU grants are signed to support water and sanitation projects in Jordan. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, we reach the end of a news bulletin. The time here at Radio Jordan is 6 minutes past 7. Thank you for listening and have a good evening.
Radio Jordan 96.3 FM.